Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Allen's Family Firewood again. I've noticed, geez, in the last couple weeks, the Allen family has certainly grown a lot. There's quite a few of you people that are watching us now, and we really do appreciate it. But I figured I'd kind of go over a couple of different things, just because it's all new, a lot of new people on here. I kind of wanted to talk about the wood splitter a little bit. This wood splitter that you guys are seeing now, we've only had it here for, I don't know, a month and a half. It's originally, my grandfather built this splitter back, in the early 70s. We used to heat like 4 acres of greenhouses with firewood every year, and every year we split a couple hundred cord on this splitter. But the splitter didn't look like this. It was it's still the same I-beam that you see in the background there that's on it. We didn't change that, but it was made so that it would attach to a tractor and be run off in a 3-point hitch power takeoff. So you could pick the splitter up, move around wherever you brought the tractor. And it's served me well over the years. I've split an awful lot of wood with it, but I figured it was time to do a little updating around here and speed things up and make things more productive. So I got a hold of my buddy Dana over at S'more Firewood, and I told him what I wanted. I mean, I'm getting older, so I kind of wanted to have a log lift. It wasn't, I mean, the whole splitter was only, geez, maybe a 1.5 feet wide, and it was just the I-beam. That's all there was, that it was attached to the tractor. So I wanted a bigger work table so we could stack up some wood with the log lift to pick up these great big rounds. And I wanted it to go a whole lot faster because I like things that go fast. Whether it's vehicles or my wood splitter, it really doesn't matter. The faster the better. So probably, I don't know, must have been a month and a half ago we sent it over there, and it disappeared from the wood yard for a couple weeks, and my buddy Dana, he worked his magic, and he turned it into what it is now. Now it doesn't have to be attached to the tractor. It's a standalone wood splitter. I had found a used little 20 horsepower motor, which was way overkill. I think he told me I only needed like 12 horsepower, but anyway, that's what I found, so that's what we put on it. And yeah, I mean, I can still pick it up with the forks of the tractor and move it around, and it's a whole lot faster than it ever was. I mean, I think that cylinder will come down and go back up in like 2 seconds. You got to count your fingers every time you use that splitter, I can tell you that. But anyway, that's all. I just knew we had a whole lot of new people watching, and I wanted to cover a couple of the, some of the new things and what we do around here. I mean, obviously you can see we split firewood. We do a lot of camp wood, a lot of pine, bringing that to the campgrounds for the campers that are up here. And we've got a few roadside stands out there. That was a kind of a test this year to see how it goes, and I don't know, the jury's still out on that. We'll see if we're going to do it next year. Hopefully things turn around and the people buying the wood are a little bit more honest, but we'll see. You gotta try it at least once. But Karen's not here today. She's off getting some other stuff done, but I got my brother here with me, and I don't know, must have been probably 3 weeks ago, we had a pretty big order. We had a 10 cord order of pine that went to somebody. He has a roadside stand also, but we got that done, and we're going to start on another 10 cord order. We don't get 10 cord orders very often, and I don't know if I could really count this as an official 10 cord order, because it's going to my house, guys. I need firewood. I've got an outdoor wood boiler. I got a Classic Edge 760, and that thing chews through the wood pretty good in the wintertime. And I think last year, we just had put that boiler in last year, and I think I had 8 cord I went through, and we didn't get really started until mid-December, so, and we burnt every stick of it. But I'm thinking if I had 10 cord up there, it'd be a whole lot safer to know that I'm going to get through the winter. So it's kind of late in the year to be split wood, so I'm going to use maple. That dries pretty quick for us. We split it really small so it dries fast, and you know, maybe one of these years I'll get caught up, but per usual I'm always behind, and I don't know. I've gotten caught up with all the other deliveries, so I figured it's time I better start taking care of my own stuff at the house and get it done. So my brother's here going to help me today, and I don't know, we might have a cord of maple sitting here on the ground. It's been cut up for quite a while too, but I know in that pile of rounds over there, there's, Jesus, 4 or 5 cord of 16-inch rounds all cut up, and I know there's maple in that. That's probably half maple and half red oak. Maybe we'll put the bucket on and bring some more after we get done, or I don't know. Gotta pick through it, but I might just get into all that maple I got from we did a big crane job there a couple days ago and got a lot of maple off of that. But anyway, we're gonna get things going here. I got the trailer backed up. I'm gonna shut the camera off for a minute. I'm gonna get the wood splitter fired up and get the generator fire up, get the conveyor going. My brother's got some wood up there already, and we're gonna let this thing rip and hopefully put some wood in the trailer. If we can get a couple cord on today, or at least a cord and a half, I might bring it home and we'll stack that out at the house. I've got pallets back at the house that I use that are pretty similar to the pallets you guys have seen in some of our other videos. They're not quite exactly the same. I've made a couple different versions over the years, but you'll get to see them. But let me go get everything fired up. Let's get this old girl running. All right, let's get this thing going. take too long. This is a good honest cod in that trailer now, but I've been itching to use that 500i, so I think we need to break it out. Probably ought to go put an edge on it. So yeah, let me go get that saw sharpened up and gassed and oiled, and I don't know, we'll get the tractor, we'll bring a bunch of that, bunch of those logs that we got back here the other day, and bring them over here and get them whacked up. Fire the splitter up again. See if we can get a load on this and get it back to the house and get it stacked today. That'd be a good thing. All right. Well, it looks like my brother's been on YouTube quite a bit, and I think he's been watching Terry up at Not Woodworking. What do you guys think?
Well, I'm watching him. I love it.
He got a nice, neat wood yard, doesn't he?
Gotta keep it nice and clean for him.
Yep, yep. Good job, good job.
Deep smarter, but not harder.
Yeah. Well, there, Terry, you taught my brother something. Not just anybody can do that. He's seen all the rake marks in the dirt up in your wood yard, and I don't know, maybe someday I can make this yard look like that, but it's probably not going to happen. Maybe if my brother's around more often it might, but he can be a bit of a neat freak, I guess, so oh well. All right, we're gonna cut up some of this maple we brought back the other day, and I don't know how far we're gonna get, but we're gonna get a bunch cut up, get the table loaded up, and we're gonna keep on splitting. So I've been itching to try out the old 500i on some hardwood, and I'd say I'm gonna get a chance to do it, but I know I'm gonna catch the dickens from Leonard Ryan for not putting sugar in my pocket this morning, but we're gonna try it without sugar, Leonard. I think it'll cut just fine. All right, let's get after this here and see how we make out. All right, so we just got back here to the dooryard, my house, and you see the fire pit there, and I'll show you what we're up to. That's the wood boiler, and usually the pallets are all full of wood, and I bring the tractor home for the winter, and we just keep bringing over pallets right in front of the wood boiler here. But we're just going to drag each pallet over and set it behind the trailer for right now, and it's a little bit of a disaster out here. Bunch of pallets and another one there, and over behind the dirt pile there's 2 or 3 or 4 more. So, well, what are you doing, Gunny? Hey, Gunny. But we better get to stacking. So looks like Andy's already hard at it. But I don't know. We'll set the camera up on the top. That way you guys got a front row seat. Be a lot nicer if we had the tractor here to lift the pallet up for us. Yeah, it is. Oh well. This makes it pretty good. We just like down in the wood yard, we put everything on a pallet, and I don't know, once we get all the pallets full, I think there's only, well, I think I had 16 pallets here, enough for 8 cord, but I know I broke 2 of them this winter trying to lift the pallets up and bring them over here to the wood pile, the wood boiler, because the pallets had frozen right to the ground. That's why down in the wood yard you see that I've got all the pallets are sitting on 4x4s. So I don't know, I'll have to fire up the mill and make some more 4x4s for here. At least get them back here and get the pallets all moved around over there, and I'll end up this fall probably putting a plastic cover at least over the top. It is awful nice when I pick them up and bring them over next to the wood boiler that they're all nice and dry. They're not full of ice and snow, and that makes life a whole lot easier. And if it does rain or snow, we just pull that plastic top right back over the wood pile, and it keeps it nice and dry again. So I don't have a wood shed. I haven't made it that far, guys. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. We'll see. The problem with a wood shed is, as the winter goes on, you're walking further and further and further away, so I never have to go more than 4 feet or so to feed that wood boiler, because I just keep setting the pallets right up by the front door. It works awful nice. And, no wheelbarrow and wood, no lugging it, no grabbing arm loads, just open the door and stop firing it, because that thing holds a lot of wood. I think the firebox in that thing's got to be like 3 by 3 by 4, I think. Holds a lot of wood. I think this maple always dries really quick, and it was about this time last year, I think, that I went and cut the trees down and split all the wood and hauled it all back here. So I think we're going to be just fine for this winter, and that stuff was nice and dry. That's one of the things with those wood boilers. These new ones, they're a gasifier, and they don't really burn much. It just sits there and smolders, and then it burns the smoke. So it took me a little while to get used to that. I mean, the old wood boilers just had a blower running on them, and boy, you could put anything in them. I mean, you put a whole big old round of pine in there, it was going to burn it up. So Not so much with this this new technology they got, but I don't know. It's the way they're making them now. I tell you, when Karen gets home, she's going to be some surprised that this is all stacked. It would. She does all the stacking, so she'll like this. If any of you guys have never stacked wood right out of a dump trailer, you're missing it. I'm telling you, it's that business of dumping it on the ground or throwing it out of the trailer and then having to throw it back in a trailer to go deliver it, or however you do it, boy, stacking it out of a trailer, it's the way to go. I don't see how it could be beat. I really don't. I mean, the wood's all waist high. I mean, you see a lot of people, they just throw it off on the ground and then they come back and they pick it all back up and stack it. Yeah. No. No.
It's less headaches.
Yeah. I'm too lazy to do that. It's give a lazy guy a job and he'll find an easy way of doing it. So I want to be productive, and you know, you're not bent over all day. If you could just sit here and set the wood on, it really. I'd never done it until, I don't know, I saw somebody else on a YouTube channel doing it, and I'm like, oh, now that's the way to stack wood right there, right out of the dump trailer. It didn't take me long to figure out. I tried that once or twice, and I'm like, yes sir, this is the way we're gonna do this, because I don't know, works some awful good.
Definitely.
And I think if you got IBC totes and you're just splitting them into the IBC totes and not stacking them, and you don't have to touch them, that's probably even one step better than this. You know, I mean, as long as you can afford to have enough IBC totes, it's boy, I know, them things are like $100 at least up here, minimum $100 a piece. You know, for a third of a cord, so that's $300 you're going to spend just enough to hold a cord of wood, and that's if you stack them in it. That just doesn't work. I mean, put up 100 cord, I don't know. You guys do the math. 100 cord times 300. That's it's more than $3,000. It's got to be. I think it's more like 30,000. It's got to be.
I think so. Got to be in that ballpark.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be 10 cord would be $3,000. So, yeah, 100 cord would cost you $30,000 in IBC totes. That's not even my wheelhouse. I mean, that's nuts. So, that's why I build the pallets. I've got the sawmill. I get the logs for free. It's kind of a no-brainer. I mean, it does cost money to build these. I have to buy the metal brackets that are on the sides, and those aren't cheap. I mean, they're $3 a piece. So 3, 6, 9, $18 just for those. Then you buy nuts and bolts to bolt them all together, plus all the nails. Then go buy the rope. I mean, it's just cost alone. I probably got at least $30 a piece into these with all the nails, screws and whatnot. And that don't count my time. I don't know. Maybe I'm fooling. Dana over at Small Firewood tells me all that time. All the time. You got to count your time. You got to count your time. Well, I don't know. Once you got them and you do it, you got the pallets, and as long as you take care of them, they last a long time. So, I don't know. probably if we hadn't taken off halfway through the day and went to the car show,
Oh, yeah.
we probably would have got all this done. But it's Father's Day weekend, and there's right in town here, there's usually a big car show, and I don't know, we figured we'd go up and go see it, and it's all antique cars and trucks and whatnot, so a lot of them didn't come out just because of the weather. Can't blame them. Usually we get the truck. That we've got an old truck too, and we usually take that down. But I don't know. I haven't done anything to check on the truck yet. I'm sure I got to change the oil, and battery's probably dead, and I don't know. I will get to it eventually. That's fun to drive.
Very fun to drive.
Yeah. All right, I think we've had about enough of doing this. We got to get him back, but we got a couple cords stacked. There's still quite a bit in the trailer, but I'll show you what we got done here. There's first pallet and the second pallet, and still all kinds up in the trailer. There's another at least half a cord there. So I don't know. I've had enough.
I agree.
Yeah, it's been a long day to get this all split up and some of it cut up and back here and stacked. So, all right. Well, I appreciate you guys watching, and I don't know. Keep a smile on. You'd be surprised where it'll get you. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. All right.
Yeah.
Take care. Bye.